another edition of Infield Fly, talking a little baseball with you today as we are past the All-Star break now into the second half of the season, and Lang Whitaker's Braves are still rolling, so good for Lang.
Not really.
Oh, yeah,
come on.
Ooh, lost 3 in a row.
Oh gosh. It's all over now. They lost the series for the first time since like last year, I think.
Yeah,
So,
the sky is falling.
Earlier this season, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. Keith Murphy is with us, Chicago Cubs fan. Hey, Murph.
I'm like that.
And I am a Cardinals fan.
Now you're a Braves fan, though, I thought.
Now I'm a Braves fan. I am.
Yeah.
I've been watching a lot of Braves. They're exciting. They're fun to watch. As I told you, they're more fun than my team. So I'm enjoying watching the Atlanta Braves here recently. And enjoyed watching them last week in the festivities, the All-Star game. We had the Derby. We had the All-Star game. I like the Derby. I think the Derby's fine. You know, for a while there, it was like, oh, the Derby. It was like the slam dunk contest. It seemed like it just was getting a bad reputation. But I like the Derby because I think the guys really compete for it. And as we talked about last week, no Chris Berman, I think makes it a lot better as well.
Although, did you guys happen to see the MLS All-Star festivities? I think it was last night.
I have not.
My cable was out. I mean, my power was out, so I couldn't watch it live. But I saw some clips this morning. They did things like they would shoot soccer balls at the players, and they had like a skee ball, but with soccer balls, and you had to kick it up a ramp and do stuff. Like, I think baseball needs more of that. Like
a skills challenge.
Yeah, tic-tac-toe, where you throw the ball and knock out an X or an O, or fastest pitch like they do in hockey, where you have to hit the ball. Hit the puck. You know, like there's got to be some ways we could make this a little more exciting.
Yeah. I think they don't want to do that because they don't want to hurt the players. Like, could you imagine somebody throwing their arm out doing the fastest pitch? Like,
yeah, not a shortstop though, or somebody like that, you know.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
I like it. You know, reason why I like that. I like it because it's fast this year. Like it's like the past three seasons. The home run challenge has been faster. You remember how you used to just, like, if you had kids, man. Kids would be up until like 1 o'clock in the morning trying to see somebody.
Yeah,
hit the ball. Like, man, come on! It's just like
it was still long this year. I felt like, I don't know, like it still took like 2 hours plus, right? Like
it used to take more than that, Lane. Remember?
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
It used to be awful.
I think,
it would take 4 hours, and that would lead up to the big celebrity softball game that was even worse.
And how about MLB? Like even this year, like when the guys would call the timeout, they shoehorn a commercial in there on the broadcast. Like, come on.
That was annoying. That part was annoying. But listen, I like the game this year, the All-Star game this year. I like the home run challenge. I think it was cool, man. It was all right. You know, it's not something to be waving pom-poms over, but it was good.
No.
Yeah, Lang, what'd you think of the All-Star game, Lang? You want to crap on that too?
You got
20 guys on the team, dude.
I turned it off after the 6th inning.
What, when the Braves were all done?
Yeah. Like, honestly, once I got to that point, I saw the end of the game, and I was glad the National League finally won. But it's just like, you know, it was fine.
What did you think about it? What do you think about the bling, the Queen's blings?
I loved it. You know what I did like was when they had like the players mic'd up, and I saw all these people on Twitter complaining about it. Like, oh, do we really need to talk to this catcher while he's back here calling plays, calling pitches and stuff? And I was like, yeah, we do. Like, if you don't do it in the regular season, but do it during this. And there was the one at bat, I forgot who it was, where they had the batter and the pitcher mic'd up in the first or second inning, and it was awesome. Like, that was actually really cool because the pitcher was talking about, like, all right, I'm gonna try to go up and in here, and you could hear the batter being like, I don't think you can get to me here. It's like, that was
right. Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, that was cool. I thought it was also cool that Seattle fans trying to woo Shohei.
Yeah, that was funny.
Trying to get Shohei there. That was interesting. The big thing, the biggest topic out of it was, because as baseball fans, we like to try to complain about whatever we can complain about, and we like to blame the commissioner for it. This one was the uniforms. Yeah. I don't really have any outrage.
Who cares?
It doesn't bother. I would prefer that the players wear their jersey, wear their uniform. Just so, you know, some guys that maybe you're not that familiar with, you can recognize them by their jersey that they're wearing. But other than that, I don't really have a complaint about it. So what?
Does every team have a white jersey?
Yeah.
some semblance of a white jersey.
Yeah.
So I
Everybody has
mean,
that.
you know, hell, just do that. Just have, you know, whatever your white team jersey is, and then you wear the other team wears the full blown color jersey.
I thought like if money wasn't an issue in my house, I would have ordered the Acuna All-Star jersey because I thought it was cool looking. Like it kind of had the camo pattern type thing.
Right.
And
Right.
the only thing I didn't like was that the National League had the blue jerseys and black pants. It looked like cops. Like that. Like,
Yeah,
I don't
that
know.
was weird.
I don't know who came up with the color patterns. That I didn't like, but I thought the jerseys were fine. Like, I mean, who cares really at the end of the day? Like it's
Right.
not supposed to be the real jersey, right? It's an all-star. It's something different and
Yeah.
whatever.
It didn't bother me. If you're a betting man, make sure you remember this for next year's All-Star game. The under in the last 17 All-Star games, the under has hit 14 times and pushed twice. So 14, 1 and 2. The under is the play in the All-Star game, which is pretty darn impressive.
Yeah.
There are a lot of stories coming into the second half of the season, and what we expect now for the second half. CBSSports.com, they put out a bold predictions for the second half of the season. One, Shohei Ohtani will hit 60 home runs. 60. Pretty awesome.
I don't know.
He's got 33 on the year. Can he get to 60? Here's one. Sorry about this one, Murph. This is number 2 on their list. Marcus Stroman will be the biggest name traded.
I think it's the closer that we get it, it's looking like that's going to happen.
Ugh.
Because as much as, you know, everybody's talking about whether the Cubs are going to be buyers or sellers, man, it looks like they might be on the selling path. So
Is Stroman a bigger name than Verlander?
I think in production this season, yeah. Not
You think
no.
Verlander's going to get moved?
I don't think Verlander's going to get moved.
Yeah,
Who wants him, right? At this
That'd be
point,
interesting.
I'd take him.
I don't know.
I mean, look, the Braves have no pitchers. Like I'll take him. Gave up 16 runs last night.
Yeah, no kidding.
They get Wainwright out there. Maybe he can help you out.
You got to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah, no kidding. Come on, he could come back home to Atlanta. That'd be great, wouldn't it? The Marlins will have their best record in franchise history. I don't know about that because they're struggling right now as well.
Yeah.
I like this one. The AL Central winner will have a losing record. I think that's really a really good chance of that.
That's fun.
And Ronald Acuna will go for 40 and 70. He's got 21 bombs right now, and he's got 41 stolen bases. So 40 and 70.
I think the home runs is the less likely part of that. But I mean, the stolen bases, I think he could get there. I mean, I don't know.
Has he already beaten them the stolen base number the past seasons? Because I don't remember anybody getting any more. Yeah, for himself. Like I don't remember
like the
anybody
Major League Baseball total.
Yeah, what was the last
That's
big
a good
total
question.
before that? Because I don't remember anybody getting that many.
Yeah, I don't either.
Stolen bases. Like
I don't think
like
anybody.
20 was the top off. That was a big deal.
Yeah, there might have been somebody with like 40 or 50 the last few years. I don't know.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah, pretty impressive what he is doing for sure. He put on a show. Was it Saturday? The game was on Fox.
When
for the Braves. And not only that, even when he didn't hit the home run, every ball he hit was just smashed. He put on a hell of a show, and he was stealing bases, made some catches on the outfield, and Braves lost the game, but he put on a show for the national crowd on Saturday. It was pretty impressive to see.
Hold on, I'm looking up the last season's stolen base leaders, and
I'm pretty sure somebody was not getting over 40.
John Birdie on Miami had 41.
See, See, he's about to break that.
Yeah.
Wow. So the year of the stolen base.
The Braves just called up this dude. I don't know if you're going to get to this, just to be like the back, the fifth outfielder. His name's Forrest Wall.
Of course it is.
He has 45 steals in the minors. He's 45 for 49. in AAA.
Jesus.
Yeah. So I think he's just going to be like a pinch runner for the next week, but I don't know.
Odds on where Shohei will play after the trade deadline. The Angels are the favorite at -475. Then the Dodgers at +500. The Mets at +650. Yankees at +800. Padres 1,600. Giants 1,600. And the Cardinals +2,000. Angels odds to make the playoffs currently sit at +600. They're -1,200 to miss the playoffs. They're going to miss the playoffs. They are not going to make it, especially with Mike Trout out of the lineup. The question is Shohei Ohtani playing with the Angels or somewhere else after the trade deadline?
Yeah, I'm going to say Dodgers.
I think it's like the Dodgers seem like they are the most likely team. I actually read an article this morning on, I think it was The Athletic, that had the #1 team with the most prospects and everything that could get him is the Rays.
Interesting.
Which, you know, you remember in the offseason, the Rays signed that pitcher to like a $40 million contract, and it was the richest contract they'd ever signed anybody to. Like, imagine if the Rays go out, get Ohtani, and then sign him to like a $750 million
I mean, that's over their whole budget. That's like
that's over their whole budget, like for the franchise's existence combined.
I was gonna say that's probably more than they've ever spent in the history of the franchise. So I don't know.
That would be something.
But they apparently have the most prospects. Like they're just stocked.
How can the Angel, if they're gonna trade him, okay? How can you trade him to the Dodgers?
Yeah.
Across town.
I know.
But what if you're the Angels? Like, wouldn't you rather trade him to the National League than the American League, though? Like, if that, at least get him out of your league. You could make the same case. Like, how are you going to trade him to the Rays or the Yankees or the Mariners? I don't know. I think you can make a case that at least we traded him across town and out of our league.
Right. I mean, that makes sense. I can also see the Padres being sneaky there sometime, some sort of way.
I don't think they got anything left.
You know whose name I saw in the trade rumor mill this week? Where was it going to? Cincinnati Reds, maybe? Juan Soto.
Huh.
Wow.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be something? Yeah. Wouldn't that be something?
So they're ready to give up. They're ready to give up on 10 games already, huh?
Yeah. But at least they could recoup some of all that crap they had to trade to get him.
Oh my God, no kidding. So that's kind of interesting to keep an eye on that, and whether or not he might move. Yeah. Also learned this week, only 2 teams in all of baseball history have had 0 sacrifice hits in the entire first half of a regular season. It was the 2022 Atlanta Braves and the 2023 Atlanta Braves.
Yeah.
Man, come on, lay down a bunt.
I don't have to. Just hit a home run.
No kidding. Yeah, no kidding. Don't need to. Yeah. The Braves really struggling. First series lost since May, as they lost 2 of 3 to the White Sox. Matt Olson did hit his 30th. Acuna hit 22 and 23. Spencer Strider fell to 11 and 3, and then lost to Arizona. What the hell happened last night? 16-13.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, my power went out.
Oh yeah, you lost power last night. That's right.
We had a big storm here in Memphis, and I couldn't even get it on the radio because I didn't want to use up my phone battery. So I don't know. I don't know what happened. I didn't see any of it. I just this morning I watched some highlights, but it looked like Austin Riley kind of finally broke out, which is nice. But I don't know what happened.
Yeah, Braves hit a home run in 28 straight games, which was the second longest streak in baseball history. The 2019 Yankees did it in 31 straight. That was snapped on Sunday. But a little bit of struggle here for the Braves. And it seems like when you look at the Braves, a little bit of struggle, Lang, the first thing that comes to mind as well, the pitching. I mean, right now, you just don't have any arms right now.
And then one of the guys they'd called up from the minors, Colby Allard, he was the one who started this weekend and got yanked because they put him on the 60-day disabled list.
Yeah.
With arm soreness. So, I mean, the good news is Max Fried's pitching in the minors now. They're building him up to come back. Like he pitched in AAA this weekend. So hopefully he's not far away. Kyle Wright's supposedly on the way back. So, I mean, at this point, anything will help.
Yeah, no doubt. Cubs, meanwhile, lost 2 of 3 to Boston. Although Cody Bellinger hit 3 home runs in that series, Marcus Stroman improved to 10-6. Justin Steele fell to 9-3. Then lost to Washington to open that series. Drew Smyly now 7-7 after starting the season 5-1. Patrick Wisdom hit his 16th home run, but he's only hitting a $194. And then crushed Washington last night 17-3. Wisdom hit in his 17th home run, but 7-12 in the last 19, Murph.
Yes, not it's just mediocrity running rampant right now with us. Like I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I like that Belly's finding, he's got that swing again. He's got the twinkle in his eye. He's looking like he's the MVP form again. But like I said, we're in a bubble right now, man. I mean, ESPN was out here basically, they got us on a list of, being sellers, so this is the week. This is the week where we're going to be able to tell whether or not we're going to be buyers or sellers. By Sunday, we will know.
Yeah, and Stroman, obviously the big name, but then the other name that came up this week is Bellinger. Bellinger hitting 476 in the month of July.
I would hold on to him. He's going to have a cheap contract. He's not going to be asking for a lot. And usually the team that you re-sign with that gave you a chance, they're going to have the best opportunity to re-sign you. It's not like this dude was coming off of gang-busting stats. He was struggling before this. So now, he's coming back to form. So if I'm the Cubs, I would make that move. I would make that move to re-sign him.
I don't know. We'll see how far loyalty goes, but I don't know.
You think he's just gonna somebody's just gonna just open up the checkbook and say, hey, here's
I don't think he's not giving a discount. I mean, luckily for the Cubs, money's not a problem. We saw how much they paid Dansby Swanson. So
all right, the Cardinals this week, they won 2 of 3 against Washington. Now they've beaten Miami twice, so they've won 4 of their last 5 games. Arenado had a 4 RBI game and a walk-off home run game. Cardinals are out of last place in the National League Central Division. Hey, here come the Cardinals. They've jumped ahead of the low Pittsburgh Pirates, who suddenly have become the worst team in baseball out of nowhere. Cardinals are 10 games out, and John Mozeliak, Cardinals general manager, this week was in the news a lot, and not for good reasons. The Cardinals, one of their best relief pitchers, Genesis Cabrera, was DFA'd this week out of nowhere. And Mozeliak said, I don't think he loved the role he was in. He'll get that opportunity to do it somewhere else. I think he felt like he deserves higher leverage innings and didn't always feel like he was getting that. The problem is Cardinals don't have many opportunities that are high leverage innings.
Yeah.
Because they're losing a lot of games.
Why does it seem like all of your players, man,
are just angry?
Yeah, they're just disgruntled. Like, what's going on?
There's a disconnect. Like the front office apparently doesn't know what they're doing.
It's like toxic between the front office and your players, man. What's going on?
And then this one, you remember earlier this year, Ollie Marmol benched Tyler O'Neill because he said he wasn't hustling. And then O'Neill got hurt, and then there was they didn't throw him in the lineup. They did throw him in. Well, he's coming back from injury now. And Mozeliak and Marmol both said that O'Neill will be the everyday left fielder when he returns.
All right.
Both, they also said that Jordan Walker needs to continue to get reps in the outfield, and that Lars Nootbaar has earned his opportunity in center, which means Dylan Carlson is out, which means Dylan Carlson also yesterday apparently cried. And Nolan Arenado had to console him. This is the guy they wouldn't trade. This is the guy they wouldn't trade for Juan Soto. He now doesn't play.
Well, now, I mean, you can't have it both ways, Fish. Would you rather have this guy? Would you rather have Juan Soto?
Yes,
he would. I could see.
And if I had Juan Soto, I wouldn't hate on Juan Soto.
Yeah.
Yes, you would.
Well, probably. Yeah. If
not to the level, not to the level that he hates him now.
No. So. But then there was a report last night that Tyler O'Neill isn't healthy. So now he's not going to come back. So now maybe Dylan Carlson will. The problem is the Cardinals just need to go with a lineup and stick with a lineup. They just keep plugging and playing guys every night. It's a different lineup every single night. And you're just not going to be good when you're mixing your lineup every single night. You got to go with 9 guys and go with it and go with it for a long period of time and trying to have some consistency. But they're moving guys in and out. Put Carlson in one night, put Brandon Donovan in one night. Tommy Edman plays one night. Tyler O'Neill will go in there a night. I mean, it's just different guys. They need to pick their 9 and stick with it. And that's just something they haven't done all season, which has been very annoying. Now, John Mozeliak, the general manager, who's getting a lot of heat from Cardinals fans, Cardinals owner Bill DeWitt said that Mozeliak has an impressive track record, and I fully support him, which is why I signed him to a 2-year extension, which he will fulfill.
Nice.
Now that's a vote. That's a real vote of confidence.
Now that sounds like dead man walking. That's what that sounds like. It sounds like that dude is gonna get clipped after this season. That's what that sounds like. Cardinals are turning their focus to next season. They are handling the trade deadline accordingly.
Yeah.
Mozeliak said in the pregame, he said, we are going to acquire pitching for 2024 and beyond. And that'll be the focus. And he admitted he wished the Cardinals had added more last season. Well, isn't that good to hear?
Too late.
Wainwright, they thought that the dude was going to be a horse, I guess. They thought there was 50-year-old dudes going to be out there dealing, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, that was pretty stupid to think that was going to happen. But yeah, so there you go. They're the Cardinals and where they are right now. Meanwhile, in the National League East, the Braves have a 9.5 game lead over the Philadelphia Phillies. Phillies won 3 of 4 against San Diego. Then they beat Milwaukee as well. They've won 23 of 31. Kyle Schwarber's got 26 home runs now on the season. Jeez. Bryce Harper hit his 4th, but his first since May 25th. Phillies playing good baseball, but they're 10 over 500, but they are 9.5 back. Marlins then are right behind them. They were swept 3 by Baltimore. Sandy Alcantara is now 3-8 on the year. The Marlins have lost 5 straight games. Luis Ariz is down to 378. He's won for his last 10 at the plate. 378 is still amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
But 378 for him, we look at it now and like, boring, not even a story anymore. 378, good for you. But
yeah.
But that's still pretty incredible.
I like they interviewed him during the All-Star game. And he was like, they were like, you're going to hit 400? He's like, I don't know. I'm going to try. I like it was a good interview. I liked him.
Yeah, no, he was good. The Mets, meanwhile, lost 2 or 3 to the Dodgers. Verlander's now 3-5 on the season. Then they beat the White Sox 11-10 last night. And then the Nationals, they are in the cellar of the National League East. In the Central, we've had a change at the top as the Milwaukee Brewers swept 3 in Cincinnati. Reds coming to life. Is that what we think that is?
Maybe.
Could be.
The De La Cruz effect.
Well, they've lost 6 straight now.
Never mind.
Yeah. They've lost 6 straight. They're 2.5 back of the Brewers. They are still 19-10 since Ellie made his debut. So they're still all right. The Brewers became the first team in baseball history to record 3 straight shutouts while striking out at least a dozen batters in each game, which they did against the Cincinnati Reds. Chicago Cubs then are in 3rd, 7.5 out. Cardinals in 4th, and the Pirates in 5th. Pirates have lost 22 of 25 games.
It's been a free fall. Like, I'm trying to figure out at what point did that start happening for them? Like, was it the Cubs series, or was it the series with you guys when you like? I don't get the free fall like that. Especially when
it was the Cubs, because didn't the Cubs beat them like 6 games in a week?
Yeah, it was like.
I mean, yeah,
it was close to that. It was a 3-game sweep.
Yeah, there were 2 3-game sweeps in like two weeks. Yeah, Pirates. So let's see, they were 38 and 32, and they are now 41 and 54, and they're in last place. Yeah, that's brutal. That was a free fall for the Buccos. In the National League West, the Dodgers have reclaimed their rightful spot at the top of the division as they won 2 or 3 at the Mets, and then they've won the first 2 against the Baltimore Orioles. Giants are in 2nd place. They have won 7 straight games. And then the Diamondbacks have fallen 2.5 games back. They're still there, but they were swept in 3 by Toronto, and then they did beat Atlanta 16-13 last night. So just 2.5 games back of the Dodgers. Then the Padres are 5 games under 500 still after losing 3 of 4 at Philadelphia. They did win at Toronto. Fernando Tatis hit his 17th home run. Manny Machado hit his 300th career home run, the 11th active player to do that. Juan Soto hit number 16. And Joe Musgrove won his 8th straight decision to improve to 9-2. But this is a team that they're still 5 games under 500, and one of the bigger. They might have to be the biggest disappointment, more so than the Mets, because it's not injury at all. It's just It's just poor play.
Yeah, and I don't think they're going to be blowing anything up or anything like that. But I don't see the manager surviving.
That's interesting. Yeah,
I don't see that happening. Like, because they can't blow it up. They got too many guys on.
Happen.
Yeah, they got too many guys on too many big long-term contracts, and I don't know, too many stars there. You know, like I don't. Maybe one of those guys might be gone, but I can see the manager just throwing out as a sacrificial lamb at this point.
Yeah, well, it'll be interesting to see what goes on with them going forward. Tampa Bay Rays are in first place in the American League East, but their lead over the Baltimore Orioles is now just 1 game. They lost to Texas on a wild pitch with 2 outs in the 9th inning. Good.
It was brutal.
Yeah, they were the first American League team to win 60 games, but they have just a 1-game lead over Baltimore. They Baltimore swept 3 against Miami, lost 6-4 against the Dodgers, lost 2 to the Dodgers, but they have won 8 of their last 10. The Rays have lost 10 of their last 13. Toronto, meanwhile, they've won 8 of 9 games. They're 5.5 games back. Alek Manoah came back and went 3 innings, 4 earned runs, and 5 walks. So he still hasn't really figured it out, I don't think. Then Boston. Yeah. Boston's won 8 out of 10. They're not going away. And then the Yankees find themselves in last place. Yankees are in last place this late in the season for the first time since 1990. And they are struggling. But they did add an advertising patch to their jersey sleeves worth a reported $25 million a year. And people are outraged to add a jersey patch to that Yankee jersey.
Yeah, they also, people were pissed when the Braves added a concrete advertising patch to their jersey, like this old yellow patch too. Like, whatever, get over it. Remember last year, people were pissed when they put the Nike swoosh on all the jerseys.
Exactly. Yeah. And who remembers that? Who's still outraged about that?
But are they blaming their woes on Justice injury, or is that what's?
No, they fired the hitting coach.
Oh, they did. Oh.
Yeah, the Yankees fired it was the first time they fired a coach in the middle of a season under Cashman. So they got a new hitting coach. And
he's still out, right? Like Justin's still out. He's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. He's out.
Yeah. I was thinking about Justice, man. I don't even know what the hell I was talking about. I'm going crazy.
Judge, Justice, same
Justice, all in the same family.
Courts.
Yeah. Yeah, he's out, and it's a weird deal because there's not really a date on when he might be back.
It's his toe. It's his toe too, right? He's got like some toe issues.
Yeah, it's a toe problem.
And for how much of a disaster, they're still 50 and 46. I mean, they're still 4 games over 500. Even though
look at that division. That division is just crazy. Look, I mean, Boston they're playing out of their minds right now.
Exactly. The American League Central's terrible. Minnesota's in first place. They're 2 games over 500. It's brutal. And then you got Cleveland. They're a game and a half back. And they just lost Shane Bieber. He's on the injured list with elbow inflammation. They're 1 game under 500. They're a game and a half back. Then you got the Tigers, who are 10 games under 500. They're 6 back. The White Sox are 9 back, and the Royals are 21 back. Royals have lost 26 of 34 games. They're pretty miserable. 3 most miserable teams right now are Pittsburgh, Kansas City, and Oakland.
Not the Cardinals.
No, we're out of that group. We've jumped. We've jumped. We're not even in last place anymore. Lang, what are you talking about?
All right, didn't know.
Oakland was shut out for the 11th time this season. They are 26 and 71. 31 and a half out. First place. Texas Rangers, they're in the top spot. They've won 5 straight games. Houston Astros, they are 4.5 games back. The Angels are 9 games back, but they've lost 11 of their last 14. Shohei hit his 35th home run, joining Mike Trout and Troy Glaus as the only players with multiple seasons with 35 home runs in Angels history. And Shohei has done that. Mike Trout did it 5 times. Troy Glaus did it twice. Shohei fell to 7-5 with a loss this week on the mound. The Angels have lost 11 of 14. Seattle Mariners they're just running in place is what they're doing. They are at 500. They're 9 games back. And then the Oakland A's in the cellar of that division. A couple of Shohei notes for you guys.
All right.
Monday night, Shohei became the 5th player since 2000 with 35 home runs in the team's first 95 games, joining Barry Bonds, Luis Gonzalez, Aaron Judge, and Chris Davis on that list.
Chris Davis. Wow.
Yeah, how about that? Shohei's hit as many home runs in the 7th inning or later over his last 28 games. Shohei has hit as many home runs in the 7th inning or later over his last 28 games as any other player has hit total home runs in that span. So most home runs in the 7th inning or later over a span of 28 games in baseball history. Shohei.
It's impressive.
Ohtani. He is impressive. My betting the Cardinals has been impressive. I'm 3 games over 500 at 48 and 45.
Okay.
Which is a 7-game lead over the Cardinals team. So I'm doing well there. Cardinals got Miami this week, and then this weekend, big 4-game set at Wrigley Field. How you feeling, Murph?
We got it. We got to sweep, y'all.
Sweep.
We got to sweep. We got to, like, if we're gonna have a chance, like, because I at the worst a split, but that's running in place for us right now. Like,
if you want to make a move, you got to get 3.
That sounds desperate.
I'm very desperate. That's the point. Like, I would not even talk like that when it comes to the Cardinals. Usually, I'll be happy with 2 games in a 4-game series, but 3 to 4, man. 3 to 4. Nothing less.
I mean, this week could mean a lot as far as what you're planning on doing.
Oh, that's it. It's it for us. Like, this week is it. Like, if you guys end up beating us 3-4, we're gonna be jumping out like sell. It's gonna be and the fans are ready for it. They're kind of they're just happy that we had some guys out there that look like they cared this year. And we'll see. Yeah. We'll see how it goes.
Take care of Washington. You win the series against St. Louis, and I mean, you find yourself within 6 games, 5 games, and could be right there.
I mean, especially if the Reds keep falling. That's the thing. That's why I'm more interested in and why they're currently on this losing streak. Like, what's going on with them?
Yeah, their pitching has not been good here in the last few games, and their hitting slowed down. They got so many young dudes that they're exciting as hell to watch, but you have to expect they're going to go through some stretches like this. Atlanta, meanwhile, you got Arizona for 3 and then at Milwaukee for 3. I don't know, any words of wisdom for your team, Lang? No? Okay.
Just got to see if we can get a couple wins.
Just go win some series. You'll be all right. Tampa's in Texas. Dodgers are in Baltimore. San Francisco at Cincinnati. Milwaukee, Philadelphia. This weekend, Baltimore visits Tampa Bay for 4 games this weekend. That'll be a big series in the American League East. Arizona will visit Cincinnati over the weekend, and the Dodgers in Texas to take on the Rangers this weekend as well. All right, a midweek edition of Infield Fly, gentlemen. And we'll do it again early next week and recap the weekend, and we'll get closer to that trade deadline. I'll be joining you guys Monday from Orange Beach.
Look at you.
How about that? Yeah, I'm going to be down at the resort. So
the Grind City Resort and Casino.
Now is this business or pleasure?
That one's for pleasure. This one right now is for business. Where I am, I'm in Nashville right now. So enjoying lovely Nashville.
Get a little Nashville hot chicken for me, man.
I had a street dog last night, so that was good.
Okay. Not quite what I would do, but I feel you.
Yeah, it was good. It was necessary at the time. Gentlemen, always a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Always.
Right.
Great to see your faces again after this.
Yes, sir.
All-star break.
All-star break that we had. Yeah. For Lang Whitaker, for Keith Murphy, I'm Rob Fisher. Thanks for joining us here on Infield Fly. We'll do it again next week and talk baseball with you here on Grind City Media.